Well, y'all, I'm about 2 days late to making this video, but there is an update on the Jake Doolittle situation, and if you're unfamiliar with what actually happened or who he is, I did make a video prior on this one talking about that shit move that he made, and I'll be leaving that video in the description box down below. Feel free to check it out. It will get you totally up to speed on everything I've talked about and all my thoughts on it so far. Now, y'all, for a quick, rundown TLDR for those of you who don't feel like going back to refer to that video and just want to watch this one, Jake Doolittle is another commentary YouTuber, and he did something really shitty, okay? He has a charity called Never Stop, and he pretty much made a video talking about how he's so unhappy with the way that Never Stop has been going. He said he's not getting near as much donations, and he decided that in his little mind, the best way for him to go about getting donations would be to pretty much blackmail other YouTubers, saying, look, if you don't donate to my charity within a month, I'm going to make an updated video and drop your name. Now, a lot of people, including myself, made videos about it and chimed in, and we was like, look, we understand your frustration with your charity not going the way that you want it to go, but there's other ways to go about it, aka not blackmailing people into thinking that they have to donate to your charity or you're going to expose them for being a POS when you're not entitled to their money anyway. Anyway, he made a response video, and just in my opinion, the video itself was 29 minutes long, and it's like, what kind of apology video is 29 minutes long? Could have been a short 4-minute video where he was just like, look, I'm sorry, I effed up, but he decided to try to break down point by point that people was making about the video, and he, in my opinion, made it worse for himself. Now, I have said it a million times, this is something I firmly believe in. I feel like if you have a digital footprint and you mess up on the internet, say you say something stupid, I feel like it's the best thing that you can do for yourself and your brand moving forward to just take accountability for it. Say you apologize, tell them what you did wrong, and learn from your mistakes and move forward with growth. But not everybody does that, and Jake Doolittle, in my opinion, he's one of them.
Hello everyone. My last video sucked, and the following live stream of me in the hospital trying to see what my audience thought of the video and if everybody hated me was also a really stupid fucking decision. I want it to be known that that live stream was not a response to the videos made. At the time, there was one video made about me, and I went live against my fiance's wishes. She was texting me the entire time telling me to get off live, but I thought that I could explain what was going on while in the ER, in a lot of pain, and dealing with insurance.
You know, over on my channel, I really appreciate when people can just, own up to their bullshit and take accountability for everything that they've done in this situation. But Jake just gave off 3 excuses already in the first minute of the video as to why that live stream was so bad. And mind you, the live stream was a part of the issue, but that wasn't the main issue. It was that video where he called out commentary channels and other YouTubers for basically not donating to his charity. Now, the 3 excuses that he just gave to try to explain away the situation was he was in the ER, he had a lot of pain, and he was trying to deal with his insurance issues. And I understand, that sucks, that's not a good time, but if you're already going through all of that, why get on live stream and try to make a response video? And he even said, it wasn't made to be a response video, but this ain't working.
First of all, going live and trying to talk about that kind of stuff was really dumb. Also, being in pain, not in a good mental state, and in the middle of talking to nurses, also very dumb. So this, I guess, is my response to everything that's been said.
And again, this is supposed to be his response video. He even titled it Addressing Everything, and he just said here, I guess this is gonna be my response video. So if this one doesn't go over well either, Jake, just like that live stream didn't, are you gonna make another video and say this is actually the response, since this video was just I guess it's a response type of video? Can we just make it make sense? Also, we're in for a shit show for only 2 minutes into the video.
I want to start out by saying the video that I posted, I was very upset recording that. The attitude and the tone, everything was bad. I came across as annoying and entitled.
And again, what is this, the 4th excuse or 5th excuse? I don't know so far. Another excuse where he's basically saying, well, I was very annoyed and frustrated when I sat down to do that video, and that's why I came across entitled. Your attitude wasn't the issue. It was a part of the issue, but it wasn't the issue. The issue was you was threatening to blackmail YouTubers if they didn't donate to your charity.
Attitude and the tone, everything was bad. I came across as annoying and entitled. And prior to recording that day, I had been dealing with one of the first like big major health scares that I have had in the last 3 to 4 years.
And again, here's another excuse. And if y'all want to do an excuse counter in the comment section, go ahead and do it, and I'll pin the comment. But I'm going to stop counting because at this point, there's probably going to be a lot. Okay, and now, when he made that video, he was talking about he was frustrated, and because he deals with chronic pain and Lyme disease, he understands people with chronic pain, so he wanted to start that Never Stop charity fund to help people who go through similar things that he does with that chronic pain and illnesses. But again, he's not taking accountability for the fact that he's blackmailing YouTubers or attempted to blackmail YouTubers, and maybe he will at some point in this video, but as of right now, all I'm hearing is, well, because I have all this shitty shit that happens to me, it makes me want to help other people who have shitty shit that happens to them. So what I plan to do about it is beg you guys for money, and then if you don't donate to my charity, I'm just going to make a video pissed off about it because I want to help people. But there's different ways to go about it, and again, this is another video that it just ain't it.
Since I've started YouTube, my health has been somewhat okay. I've only had 1 or 2 surgeries in the last 3 to 4 years, whereas prior to that, there was a lot more and a lot more doctor appointments, and I felt much worse. I was kind of riding a high of feeling okay. And then I started to get pains that mimicked a lot of what I felt prior to the first round of my surgeries. So I was on the phone with my surgeon and insurance trying to get an MRI approved, but it wasn't able to be approved because I needed an x-ray first. I recorded that video with no notes or preparation. It was 45 minutes as a raw file, and I sent that off to be edited and thumbnailed. It came back as 15 minutes, and I dragged and dropped it into YouTube Studio, attached the thumbnail, and said fuck it, which was probably one of the worst choices I could have made, but I think that's kind of where my mind was at the time. I had also been declined for disability insurance.
Oh my goodness. Yo, he's just, oh my goodness, he's like AI, where it just generates excuse after an excuse. Like, this is crazy. I've never seen somebody just randomly generate so many excuses just so they don't have to take full accountability. This is crazy, y'all. Oh, he, again, more excuses. I'm not counting them. If y'all want to, go ahead and clock it. But was saying he was frustrated medically because he wanted an MRI but had to get an x-ray first. Then he went on to say because he was frustrated, he really didn't script a video, so he just sat down completely unscripted, okay, with no notes, made a 45 almost hour-long video, sent it off to be edited, and it came back with 15 minutes of footage. You didn't think to question, how is it that bad that I sent off almost an hour of video footage and it came back with 15 minutes? And, you know, just because he couldn't be bothered with daring to watch 15 minutes of his own content just to make sure that it was okay and appropriate to be uploaded, again, as he said, it was unscripted. You should have checked it, buddy, especially if you was ranting the way that you was and knew that you was ranting. You're the one who filmed the video. You didn't think, hey, let me watch this 15 minutes back just to make sure I was okay with it. And then hit everybody in the end with, well, I was also declined for disability insurance. Is that terrible? Yeah, it's terrible. But at the same time, you can't keep not taking accountability and then hitting people with a guilt card like it's a get out of jail free card and you're going to pass go one more time and collect that $200. I'm sorry, but this whole video could have just been, like I said, 4 to 5 minutes of you saying, look, I messed up, I'm taking accountability, I will do better moving forward, I won't blackmail people for money anymore. Like, you could have done this differently, and you're sitting here giving excuse after excuse, and when you think that excuse is gonna fail, you hit them with a guilt card.
Here, I had no topics to talk about. I had just watched a video of a YouTuber talking to the camera and ranting about.
Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. It's a Revoke here, and I don't have a video for today, so what I'm gonna do is blackmail people. Again, this is another excuse. He's trying to excuse it all away. And it's insane. It's insane. Just because you didn't have a video idea for that day, baby, you should have sat that one out, because getting online and thinking that a good video idea would be to blackmail other YouTubers into donating to your charity. That's just, babe, that ain't it.
Upset and I'm scared and I'm frustrated with everything that's going on in my personal life, so who cares? Especially since it was a complete throwaway video. There's a lot of the stuff that I was saying in that I still stand by, where, you know, I want never stop to work. Like, all the basics of it are still very true, but then in my anger I would say things like, if after a month nobody ends up donating, then I'm gonna have to talk about the people who have declined to donate. And that's fucking stupid. That was me trying to be like, this is how hard I'm trying to make things work. And in reality, it came across as, you know, I have a bunch of rich people who I know. Why don't they give my charity money? I haven't been happy with the way that we haven't been able to up the amount of money given.
Y'all. He's like, okay, it was a complete throwaway video, and Jake, you should have just quite literally threw it away if that's the case, because it was not needed at all. Then he went on to say, well, I seemed entitled because I talked about how I have all these rich friends and how they're not donating to my charity, but I understand I'm not entitled to their money. But, babes, you still made a video blackmailing your friends to donate to your charity. Like, what? And also try to blackmail just YouTubers in general, saying no YouTuber has ever donated to my charity. You went about this entire thing like completely wrong, and instead of just taking accountability, being like, yeah, it was so wrong of me to do that, you are sitting here saying with the base message, you agree with it and you still stand by it. The base message of the video was the fact that YouTubers aren't donating to your charity. And you're trying to apologize for attempting to blackmail your friends and community members for not donating to your charity, but at the same time, you're saying you stand by that. Like, a what?
I do not feel entitled to your money. Your money is your money. As somebody who's freaked about his own personal money, if there was somebody reaching out to me being like, hey, do you want to hear more about my nonprofit? I'd be like, well, I have to take care of myself first. And I don't know the people who I'm talking about fucking financial state.
Again, if you're, okay, let's backtrack for a minute here. He was saying, okay, that he wasn't entitled to anybody's money, even though that whole video that he's addressing right now was him pretty much saying that he felt entitled to people's money. He literally said, there's YouTubers out there getting brand deals and sponsorships for $15,000 and they can't even give me, Jake Doolittle, 500 of it. Come on. And you're not even taking accountability at all during this, so I don't know why you titled it addressing everything. What are you addressing? You should have just addressed the shitty comments that you made during that video and just moved on with your life and just don't do it again. But again, you're making this video acting like you're addressing everything and taking accountability allegedly for it, while also saying that you stand by your message in that video, but you could have done it a little bit differently, aka not threatening to blackmail individuals.
If it speaks to what my mindset was, I posted that video genuinely not thinking anyone would see it because our website is not functioning at all. I thought that people would recognize my frustration as me trying or showing people that I care, and that's just the wrong way to do it.
If I'm being completely honest, I don't even know how to clock him with that one, because he said I only thought my core audience would see the video because my website wasn't even running yet. But you posted this to YouTube, so what does your website, whether it's up and functioning or not, have to do with the fact that you thought nobody but your core audience would see a video that you publicly uploaded to YouTube? Not just that, y'all, but he put Alex, I am Alex, and Cody Co in the thumbnail and titled the video, I'm frustrated with commentary YouTubers. He made it seem like he was going to call out how disturbing some people do turn out to be behind the scenes, when in reality, he was attempting to blackmail people into donating to his charity. And I do apologize if you get frustrated with the fact that I keep reiterating the fact that this was blackmail, because it essentially was. He said, donate to my charity, or within a month of me uploading this video, I'm gonna drop your name if you don't.
I didn't want people to think like Jake has had Never Stop for the past year and a half. The number of applicants have only gone up, but the number of donations made has not. And I didn't want that to come across as me being content with what we're doing. Like I want there to be more. It kind of just came across as like a crazed, like upset person who's not happy with his friends, his health, like really anything in life. And that's the worst. I don't think that anybody is obligated to give me money. It is all out of me just being frustrated that things aren't going as well as I'd like them to be. I'm not making enough.
He's trying to say he doesn't feel entitled to anybody's money, but at the same time, he's describing how it... He's literally saying, okay, I don't feel entitled to anybody's money, but at the same time, I'm entitled, so that's why I lashed out whenever I realized I'm not getting enough money because I'm entitled to people's money. So because they're not giving it to me, I'm gonna freak out about it. Jake, I have 15,000 subscribers and I get roughly 5 to 10K views on my videos. Could you imagine, y'all, if I would upload a video saying, look, I have X amount of subs, but I get X amount of views, and I appreciate everybody giving me the views and whatnot, but if y'all don't get it together and everybody, all 15,000 of you, watch every video I post, then the next video, I'm going to make it calling everybody out for not viewing my content. And y'all bear with me, I probably could have explained that 10 times better, but my coffee's kicking in, so my brain is like, woo! So, pretty much, I'm going to try my best to explain what I mean. Jake, you're saying you don't feel entitled while also describing what it's like to be entitled. And again, we're like a good bit into the video and you haven't addressed anything. You just keep giving excuses.
I apologize for making people feel pressured and like hinting at outing people who didn't fucking donate.
Anyways, it's not even like you hinted, Jake, that you might potentially one day, possibly, who knows, we'll have to wait and see, type of shit. You didn't say like, oh, it's a possibility that I'm gonna out people at some point if you don't donate to my charity. He quite literally said in 1 month from filming this, I will start dropping names. I will drop my op list, basically. Shit move on your end, and again, you're not even really taking accountability for it, you're just explaining away. Anyway, next, he's going to be talking about how pretty much people have also, after this video dropped, called him out for his merch line of Never Stop, and again, Never Stop is the charity that he runs that helps people with chronic illnesses and chronic pain, and he has this merch line, and it makes it look like because it's Never Stop merch that all of the proceeds would go to Never Stop, but only 10% goes to Never Stop and the rest goes straight to Jake.
Never Stop Fund was started because I had made the Never Stop clothing brand and I wanted to give back to people who are going through the same thing that I once was. Never Stop Clothing was first, and then I liked the name Never Stop and started Never Stop Fund. I didn't want to get rid of Never Stop Clothing, so I made them two separate entities. And in retrospect, that's confusing as shit. And if I could do it over again, I would just have personal merchandise and the Never Stop Fund with maybe not the same name. But I thought since there were two different URLs, it would be better. I don't.
Oh, this is... It's interesting because he was saying I figured it would be better that way and just, you know, it's fine because it's two different URLs. I figured people would kind of know. But at some point, Jake Doolittle, you had to have seen the issue with that. And you didn't fix it. You could have quite easily dropped a new merchandise line under just Jake Doolittle and just kept that URL, but then linked that URL to the actual Never Stop and just switched around where the proceeds went. And again, you as the creator of it have full control as to what happens. It's not like you're just somebody helping with the company. It's your charity. Again, though, we haven't seen him take any type of accountability in this video where he's trying to address everything. And yeah, I don't know. Let's keep going.
So up until now, I feel like all of the criticism has been very valid. I can take a lot of the jokes that people are making about my health. I also understand that it all seems insane. It all seems crazy. I get and also don't get why people don't understand it. I feel like it's people who have never experienced like strange autoimmune stuff who are like, there's no way he could have actually been this sick. Like that's what I dealt with my entire life, and I can sort of brush that off. But there are a few things that I feel like I need to address that I don't think are justified at all. So again, because I hate myself and I watch every hate video about.
Now, when he says he hates himself and watches every single hate video about him, yeah, you didn't watch mine. You did definitely. I can promise you did not come across or watch mine, because if you did, you probably would have seen why. It would have just been better to take accountability and not do this weird thing that you're doing where you're trying to take accountability, but you're not taking accountability and you're just trying to make excuses. And it's like as soon as he's about to, it looks like he's about to, you feel like he's about to take a little bit of accountability. He backtracks and he's like, actually, here's a guilt card. I was going through a lot. You can't. Let's continue. Y'all.
I've gotten so many comments and so many people have been saying that I've been faking everything. These are some of the diagnoses. I mean, chronic pain, who cares? Muscle wasting and atrophy. That's because I had just had screws in and I wasn't moving. Okay, so osteochondritis desiccans.
Now we're in the last half of his video, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing some skippity skips because it's not making sense, and it really doesn't matter even if it did make sense, because at this point he's not taking accountability still. He's just talking about his chronic pain for about 10 minutes of this video, which is, I see why it's so long now. The way that he just read off those issues that he's been having, it sounded like he was reading a dinner menu, like he's at a restaurant just trying to find the perfect plate, like chronic pain, aka steak and shrimp. No, fuck that one, right? Let's just move on. Let's find, oh, this one, hell yeah, like I want this one. This doesn't make sense. Like where, how, why are we here?
Pink eye, that one doesn't count. Arthritis of the knee, systemic Bartonellosis. There are 2 separate tests. Lyme disease, 3 separate blood tests. I showed you all my medical files, and I've shown you the inside of my knee tearing apart due to those diagnoses. I don't know what else I can give you. I'm sorry if this is unbelievable. This is why I started Never Stop.
Yes, a perfect quote that we can use for the rest of the year. Jake Doolittle, I've showed you the inside of my knee. Donate me your money. Oh boy. How did we get here? He has had one bad excuse after the next. I just don't understand how he thought this video was, how he thought it was gonna help. I literally feel like if he would have just made a 5-minute video saying, hey, I apologize for all the shit that I've done, and I know it was wrong, but now we're gonna play Nintendogs for 5 minutes because it's not going to make sense anyway, so we might as well do something that's not going to make sense. That would have been more effective than this video that he made. I showed you the inside of my knee. Donate me money. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it is. Anyways, yeah, this video was actually quite literally pointless. I thought he would take accountability for something, but he didn't. So there we go. There goes the video. The fucking 23-minute video that we made today. I could have literally done anything, and I did this, y'all. Okay. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions about anything we just talked about in today's video in the comment section down below. Do you feel like he also lacked accountability as much as I did? Because y'all, that was honestly painful to sit through. And honestly, if y'all click away in the first like 5 minutes of this video, I totally understand, because it was something. It wasn't great. It was something. It was Jake Doolittle lacking to take accountability. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next video.